So we're going to look at the slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. Let me explain to you what parallel lines are. First, we'll start with those. Parallel lines are two lines that never intersect each other, right? They run parallel to each other is a way to say it, and they basically have the exact same tilt, so they're never going to touch because the distance between them is the same no matter where you measure it. So right off the bat, we can tell that the slopes of two parallel lines are equal, and that makes sense because they have the exact same tilt. So two parallel lines have equal slopes. Perpendicular lines are a little bit different. What are perpendicular lines? Perpendicular lines do intersect, and in fact they intersect at in a special way. They intersect at a 90-degree angle. So they're perpendicular to each other is the way it's said, and the slopes of perpendicular lines are related as well. The slopes of perpendicular lines are opposite, well, let's say it this way, negative reciprocals of each other. So, for example, these two lines will not have the same slope. You can see that because they have different tilts. And in fact, this line has a negative slope because it goes down from left to right, and the other line goes up from left to right, so it's going to have a positive slope. So one is positive and one's negative, so that's why you have negative reciprocals. Okay, let's do some examples of what negative reciprocals are. So let's find the negative reciprocal of 2. Well, the negative reciprocal of 2, since 2 is positive, the negative reciprocal is going to be negative, and the reciprocal is 1/2, so the negative reciprocal is negative 1/2. So flip it and use the different sign. The negative reciprocal of negative 3 is going to be positive because it has the opposite sign, and its reciprocal is 1/3. The negative reciprocal of 4/5 would be negative, and flip it and get negative 5/4. The negative reciprocal of 0, now 0 is not positive or negative, and its negative reciprocal is not positive or negative either, because 0 you could think of as 0 over 1. So its reciprocal is 1 over 0, and it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive because this is undefined. So the negative reciprocal of 0 is undefined. And similarly, the negative reciprocal of undefined is also 0. Okay, so the reason for that is because a vertical line has a slope of undefined, and a horizontal line that's perpendicular to it has a slope that is 0. And so these do have slopes that are negative reciprocals. One is 0, one's undefined. So here's a typical problem that you could solve with this sort of information. Find the slope of a line that is perpendicular to the line that passes through these 2 points. Well, when you know 2 points on a line, you can find the slope. You take the difference in the y value, so 7 minus 6, that's your rise, and the difference in the x's, negative 2 minus 4, that's your run, and so you get 1 over negative 6. So the slope of this line is negative 1/6. That means that the perpendicular line has the slope that's opposite reciprocal of that, so the opposite would be positive and its reciprocal would be 6. So the slope of the perpendicular line has a slope of 6.